Congratulations, first speech done. It is the hardest and the most telling. It reveals the most about where you're going to have to put your energies. Is it going to be finding topics that you genuinely enjoy and know something about and are willing to speak about? So selecting better topics for yourself. For some people, you had a hard time getting to the 2-minute mark. So you have to find something you either have more content or more opinion. The next speech is the information speech. That is a broader speech. No longer are you bound to in the news. It can be on anything: person, place, noun, process. Read chapter 15. Look at the handout. You will understand what it means. It's a teaching speech where you're going to be telling us about something. It's still only going to be a sample of any topic because you have 4 to 7 minutes. For some people, 4 minutes might be hard to get 4 quality minutes. Your introduction, your body conclusion, if they're too thin, you're not going to make it. For others, 7 minutes is not enough. And so you decide which details to put in there and which details not. But you're looking at the whole body. You are imagining, you are creating, you are inventing something that never was true before. You're creating a whole new entity. It's like writing a song or building a house or writing an essay. It's from you. So take the time. Now you have time, but I noticed that some people did their in the news the last 2 days, and then if you had technical problems, you felt a little bit less than supported. Remember, all technical questions have to go through the site lab or the help desk. On our syllabus, I have the numbers. You know, I have it, Bristol Online. I tried to prepare you that this will happen, this eventuality will happen. When you send your questions to me that are technologically based, it's like delaying an answer. This weekend, I am lucky that anyone writes to me at all, but I had 47 emails and they were all about technical problems. I'm like, I can't, that's not my job. If I start trying to tell you what I would do, I could be wrong, and I'm sure there's a better way of saying it. And I have a suspicion, and I don't know, but it sounds like some of you are doing this class through your phone and having a hard time connecting to Blackboard. I can't imagine that's easy. If you're talented enough to do it, fine. But I would suggest for some of you, get a proper notebook. They still have some. They have Chrome notebooks for rent, free, as long as you're taking a class through the library and in tech and IT at Bristol Community College. So contact them and tell them you need one. So that way you can go into the folders. You can go into folder 3. You can find the VoiceThread that says post. The thing about VoiceThread is that just like any other device on that's been created, like Zoom, Skype, Microsoft Teams, that's the umbrella, that's the big package. Underneath it, there's different ways you can go about it. You know, in my Zoom, I can put people into rooms, I can delay entry, I can mute people, there's rules. VoiceThread, the same thing. Some of what's going to be put into VoiceThread is not to be graded, so that just goes into the general population. That's what our introductions were. They were just in the general population. But anything to be graded has to be locked up into the grade book and has to be there for me to see. So if you put if you post a video and it goes into the general population, I might not see it. And I won't see it for a long time, and then you're going to be delayed with your grade. Or worse, I'm going to think you didn't do it at all. So just please do where it says post, and then you're tidy. For me, it makes all the difference in the world, because at the end of the semester, when I'm evaluating you for your final grade, I'm going to relook at every one of your contributions, of your speeches. I want to see the whole package. I want to see from your introduction all the way to the end, and look at your oral communication skills. Have you grown? Have you changed? What's been the difference? There should be a difference between day 1 and the last day, right? So I like to see that growth. That's why grading you final grade is a art form. It's not always like a math thing. You couldn't do everything well on every one of the presentations, but if you're not growing and changing and not pushing yourself, I may not, I don't know, I'll see. I look at the whole group too. I like to watch them as a group. They came in last week, I was looking at them as they came in, but I will now that we've got the group, mostly everyone has presented one, I will take time maybe tomorrow, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and sit and just enjoy each class and say, today's my day for this class. I'm going to watch all of them, sometimes twice before I decide what grades are going to be distributed. Some people have all their grades; those won't change. But for others, I'll look at the group, because when I grade, it's all by the contribution of the group, and I don't like take points away from people, but sometimes I add more points because I see the efforts and the sincerity. And some of the presentations I've seen so far are so genuine and sweet, I get teary-eyed because I know how hard this is. It's hard to look into a machine and act like you're talking to a person, and that's what I'm asking you to do. It's very hard. So technical issues, look at the syllabus. Don't send them to me, because I won't respond after a while. I can't. I physically don't have the time. I'm like, can't help you. And yet I know it's sweet. I know it's lovely that you even care. I will set up office hours at some point through Zoom, and hopefully, I don't know if the time will be good for you, though. That's the problem, right? Because we all are so busy, but that might help with some of the emails. Sometimes I get back to you and you say, oh, I've already fixed the problem. Meanwhile, I'm thinking this person needs my help. I think you need my help more than you do, because you have it. But now we have it down. So when the information speeches, not this week, but when they come up, and you can see on the calendar when they're coming, definitely you'll see you're going to do voice thread that says post here clearly, and then the second voice thread on that page is for the collective, is where everything goes, and that's where you're going to look for your peers' voice threads so that you can evaluate 3 of them for the journals. So I think the pattern has been set. It's really important to read the chapters. I've noticed the students who read seem to do a little bit better in their presentations. They seem to get the messages a little bit more, but also you learn from each other. If you're hesitant about presenting, now you have a whole group of class videos to watch, presentations, and I'm hoping you can draw inspiration and joy and say, I am right in that group, and enjoy the entire semester. So this is Joyce Fernandes signing off. When we do have office hours, I'll let you know. I would love to talk to you firsthand so we can get our conversations to be cleaner, just like you'd have office hours in school in real time, and sometimes teachers post office hours and you can't always go, and I know that happens. Maybe on Zoom, some of you'll be able to, especially if you're phone oriented. This is not the way I wanted life to be either, but I know you can have more than one emotion at the same time. I'm still incredibly sad, so sad about what we've been going through since last December, when I first heard about the coronavirus. I just had a sense that our government was not going to protect us, and we just don't have the leadership. It didn't happen. We have a free country, so we're free not to wear our masks. We're free to infect each other. We have a lot of freedoms, right? It's hard to live in a culture like that. It was almost easier in some of the countries for the coronavirus when they had less freedoms. Not saying one is better than the other, but it does show you the complexities of freedom. It really does. So you have to protect yourself. And let's see what I was going to say. Yes, but I do believe you can be very sad and very happy at the same time. I have incredible optimism about the future and joy for everything I'm grateful for, and I'm grateful for you. This is seriously, to me, better than absence. And this is your freshman, sophomore level classes. You will look back at this fondly, say, remember when we had everything online? Whew, glad those days are over. Or some of you might like some of your courses online, and maybe you have grown and developed your skills to the point where you've got this. I know people that get their entire undergraduate school online, masters online, and PhDs online. Can you imagine? Everything. That would not be for me, but it's doable, and you can educate yourself. If you go into the city of Fall River, and on, I think it's North Main Street with their public library, and you look above the public library steps, in granite it says the People's University, and that means that we've always been able to educate ourselves. So as much as you like the security of a teacher and the guidance of someone, a mentor, I say you find that for yourself. Get your mentor, get your tutors out there. That can help so many of you. But I lean on you for support, and I'm glad you're there. I know I talk way too much. Can you imagine having me in class? Oh, we'd have fun. Anyway, thank you so much for first speech. It's a great beginning. I'm appreciative everyone passed. You either got an 80 or 100, And that just means if you got 100, you did everything I asked for, boom, boom, boom. The people of 80, I would tell you specifically. Sometimes it was something small, like, well, not that small, but you forgot the conclusion, or there was no introduction, or you were so soft I couldn't hear you, and I didn't even know what you were saying. So I gave you the benefit of the doubt to give you a B minus, right, or an 80, but at the same time, I know that you won't be like that forever, and you'll grow from there. So I'm appreciative of all the efforts, I really am. Not easy, I took a math class online, statistics. I thought I was gonna die. Online statistics. I wanted to ask the teacher the questions constantly. I finally did get a tutor for like 3 weeks, and then I got my head straight and I didn't need the tutor anymore. And some of it's anxiety, some of it's just pure anxiety. For me, it was, definitely. So calm down, be good to yourselves, be good to others, appreciate that we can go outside and breathe. We don't have those fires all around us like they do on the West Coast. That was really horrible. And that we have something bright to look forward to, a great future. Have a great week.